1950, America was riding a wave of post-war optimism. Suburbs were blooming, families were growing, and the future seemed bright and certain. Tucked away in the quiet heartland of Ohio was a town called Willow Creek. It was the postcard image of small-town America, a place where everyone knew their neighbor. Kids played outside until the streetlights came on, and doors were rarely, if ever, locked. It was a town where nothing bad ever happened, until the night it did. The evening of October 23rd began like any other. Families gathered for dinner, radios played the latest hits, and the gentle rhythm of life hummed along. But as night fell, the sky began to change. Dark, heavy clouds rolled in from the west, swallowing the stars. A storm was coming, but this was no ordinary storm. The air grew thick, charged with an unnerving stillness. Just after midnight, the first clap of thunder didn't just rattle. The window seats seemed to shake the very foundations of the earth. Then, in an instant, everything went black. A total power outage plunged Willow Creek into an absolute, suffocating darkness. For hours, the storm raged with a fury that even the oldest residents had never seen. Wind howled like a tormented spirit, and rain lashed against the houses. Inside, families lit candles and kerosene lamps, their flickering flames casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. They waited, assuming the power would return soon, as it always did. They waited for the storm to pass. They waited for morning. But when the first hint of dawn finally broke through the clouds and utility crews managed to restore power to the area, they discovered something was terribly, fundamentally wrong. The lights came back on, but the town remained silent. The first lineman to enter Willow Creek reported a strange sight. Houses stood with their front doors wide open, welcoming the morning air. Inside, candles had burned down to their stubs, some still smoldering. A table in the Miller house was set for a late-night snack. Plates of pie left half a ton, forks resting on the plates. At the Johnsons' home, a child's bed was still warm to the touch, the blankets thrown back as if someone had just stepped out. It was as if the entire town had been frozen in a single moment, and then its people had simply been erased. More than 250 men, women, and children were gone. Vanished. There were no signs of a struggle, no forced entry, no shattered glass, no upturned furniture. Nothing was stolen. Wallets and purses lay on kitchen counters. Cars sat untouched in driveways, keys in the ignition. The only signs of life were the town's pets, found whimpering behind closed doors, scared but completely unharmed. The local sheriff was the first to arrive, his face pale with disbelief as he walked from one empty house to the next. He called for backup. Soon, state police descended on Willow Creek. Their sirens, a jarring intrusion into the profound silence. They cordoned off the entire town, a ghost town that had been bustling with life just hours before. The scene was baffling. It wasn't a crime scene because there was no evidence of a crime. It wasn't an evacuation because no one had taken anything with them. It was a void. The investigation quickly escalated. The Ohio National Guard was deployed, and hundreds of volunteers joined search parties. They meticulously combed every inch of the surrounding forests, dragged the nearby rivers, and checked every abandoned barn and cellar for miles. They found nothing. No footprints leading away from the town. No discarded clothing, no bodies. It was as if 253 people had simply ceased to exist. As investigators pieced together the timeline, a few unsettling details emerged. Several farmers in the neighboring county reported seeing strange, silent lights dancing in the storm clouds directly over Willow Creek that night. They weren't lightning, they were described as soft, pulsing orbs of blue and green, moving with an unnatural, intelligent pattern. Another chilling discovery was made inside the empty homes. In every single house, every clock, grandfather clocks, mantel clocks, alarm clocks had stopped at the exact same time, 12:17 a.m. The precise moment the power had failed. One investigator also noted a faint, low-frequency hum that seemed to linger in the air for days, a vibration you felt more than you heard. The official explanation, when it finally came, was as bewildering as the event itself. A classified government report, parts of which were leaked years later, vaguely mentioned a mass relocation error and cited environmental anomalies related to the severe electrical storm. The case was quietly closed. The files were sealed under national security. Over the next decade, Willow Creek was slowly scrubbed from existence. New roads were built to bypass it. Its name was removed from maps. The remaining structures were eventually bulldozed, and nature was allowed to reclaim the land. The town of Willow Creek was officially forgotten. But you can't erase a memory that haunts. For decades, the story of Willow Creek has been passed down in hushed tones in the surrounding communities. A local ghost story where the ghosts are the missing, not the dead. What really happened on that stormy night in 1951? Was it an undiscovered natural phenomenon? A bizarre weather event that science has yet to explain? Or were the whispers of strange lights in the sky more than just local folklore? The lack of any evidence is, in itself, the most terrifying evidence of all. It suggests a force or an intelligence that could execute a perfect, seamless removal of an entire population, leaving behind only questions and an everlasting silence. The story of Willow Creek serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the void is more frightening than any monster. It's a place where answers don't exist, where logic breaks down, and where a quiet, ordinary town can simply disappear. To this day, the patch of land where families once lived and children once played remains empty, a silent testament to the night an entire town was stolen from the world. Thank you for watching. If you find stories like this as fascinating as we do, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more deep dives into the unknown.